My name is Brianna Cruzan. I'm the president and CEO of Cruzan Consulting, a marketing firm for small businesses in the Twin Cities area. And this is my story. There is a spring in Eden Prairie called the Fredrick Miller Spring. And I've been going to this spring for over 6 years to get my drinking water. When I first found out about the spring, I was at a point in my life where I was having very irregular menstrual cycles to the point where I was pretty much bleeding all the time. I didn't really know what to do about it. I'm very much into alternative health and wellness and all this sort of thing. So I was looking into diet changes or lifestyle changes to try and figure out what to do. It got to a point where a friend of mine was begging me to go to the hospital. She's like, please go get some kind of official diagnosis. And so I went, and what I was told that day was that what was happening to me is something that happens to millions of women, and they don't know why. They don't know what causes it. They have no idea. And it struck me that there are millions of women out there who are silently suffering with this particular issue with no real recourse. Because what they also told me was that I had 3 options to try. I could have a hysterectomy, I could have a cauterizing procedure, or I could go on hormone therapy. Those were my only options, and none of them really promised to fix whatever the underlying condition was. It was all management, and I didn't like those options. I wasn't about cutting off a piece of myself before I had exhausted every other possibility. Around this time period, I'd been trying acupuncture and herbs, and that managed the problem, but it didn't really fix it either. And then I randomly came across this article about tap water. And it talked about how in tap water, it's a combination of the natural resources in the area from the rivers and lakes and recycled waters from the sewer system. Now, in a water treatment plant, they filter the water for solids and biological agents, but they don't do any testing or treatment for residual pharmaceuticals. And if you think about that for a second, aside from the fluoride in the water, we've also got millions of people in a metropolitan area with their residual prescriptions in the water because it goes from the sewer to the treatment plant and back out our tap. And it struck me, what if this is my issue? What if this is why what I've tried isn't working, is because it's in the water? And I was using a regular filter at the time. I thought maybe that, obviously that's not working. That's not addressing the problem. And it was about that time that somebody told me about the spring and how they'd been going there for years, and they knew people who'd had some miraculous health changes in regards to drinking this water. So since I was in the market for an alternative, trying to figure out what to do, I started drinking exclusively from this spring, and I would say within 30 days, I went from bleeding every day to my cycle being regular again. I've been drinking that water ever since. Now here we are 6.5 years later, and I feel like the spring saved my life, and I am connected to it somehow. And I hear about what's going on with this development and how that impacts the spring and the surrounding area. And my first thought was, well, what's going to happen to me? What's my alternative if this goes away? And I know I'm not the only one that feels that way.
I am now.
No, I was turn the camera off.
Oh yeah, I was waiting for you to shut the door.
Oh.